the Khichdi, the Vajroli, Sahajoli and Amroli, how they came into Hatha Yoga, though they have a different meaning, though they have a different technique, but still why the same name was maintained, this we still do not know. And it is seen that the Nath yogis used to practice very much this. So like that, all these 10 mudras described only the purpose is how to get you into the field of inner space and Kundalini gets awakened and you experience the correct meditation. See, they are very, very particular about meditation. They have said meditational technique is something. Meditation is totally different. Meditation happens, you can't do. Meditational technique you can do. Because meditation belongs to inner space. These asana pranayam belongs to outer space. So the Patanjali is very, very clear about it. He has divided his yoga into external yoga, internal yoga. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi is internal. It happens, you don't do it. And so also in this Hatha Pradipika also very, very clear. And that thus the second chapter and third chapter is divided. Tomorrow we will start with our fourth chapter and fifth. Thank you. That is sufficient for today.
Question time. Hey, Matthias.
If there are any.
In the third chapter, the Kanda is mentioned in one or two slokas.
In detail, it comes in next. I will tackle with it.
Yeah, Selena.
If you see someone doing pranayama wrong, should you say anything to them?
She is an emergency room doctor. Literally is. She's asking if you see somebody doing pranayama wrong, should you say anything to them?
Why not?
All depends where.
I am one example of doing wrongly. But my teacher corrected me.
But if you see a teacher at home do it and you think it's been taught wrong, you think, oh, I can't say anything, but...
Picture?
Not a picture. I'm translate English. She's saying,
Another tongue, no?
she's saying if she might be in a yoga class with a different teacher in another setting, and they're attempting to teach, I suppose, pranayama, and from her learning so far here, she's saying it seems to be quite wrong or inappropriate the way they're doing it. What should you do or say then?
It is better to say I have learned like this.
Yeah.
Don't get silent.
Yes, Anna.
There were a few comments, in the first two chapters mainly, the hut should be away from lots of peoples, and you should not have company of women, and no long journeys, and you should do pranayama 4 times a day, and basically your whole intention, like the only purpose of life should be doing yoga. So that to me sounds like the Hatha Pradipika is written for, not for people like us who have like 1, 2, 3 hour practices a day, but for people who devote the whole day to the practices. So how does it translate into our modern lives? Does it just slow the process, or does it hinder it, or how can we deal with that?
I think he answered it. Too much insistence upon the rule also is obstacle. And those days, you know, you had to conserve. That was a period totally for those who are devoted only for spirituality. But now, as it grew, many then started, they divided life, okay, like this, only for, that is why they have brought what this, it may correct, one pranayam, kapha, for health also it became possible. Health means everyone. Now literally we cannot follow, because the time has changed. That is 1,000 years before the way of life was. But whatever we can take, using our intellect, we must take it if we want.
Yes, Martina.
If you've done pranayama wrong, as you said yourself, you did it and then your teacher taught it, how can you undo it? That you said you had some physical problems, and how can you undo that when you have done it wrong for such a long time?
Your teacher will tell you.
What if my teacher isn't always there?
Then ask another teacher.
It's not so easy.
There is, no question. Consult Paul, he will tell you.
On Skype.
Another email. Well, ideally for the teacher to catch it with you, right? So then they can offer some advice then. Which that goes back to Serena's point that maybe the teacher's doing it wrong. They're trying to stop you from doing it right, you know?
Good question.
Nadia.
Very technical question in regards to pranayama ratios. So if you're doing one round, 10 rounds of Bhastrika, and by the third round, your inhalation is 8 or 9 versus 8 for the first round, and if you maintain the ratio of the kumbhak as well as the exhale, is it okay?
No.
It's not okay. So does it always have to be the
Try
same?
to find out the ratio, correct ratio.
You can't even go one sort of, you can't, if the ratio is correct, but the inhale for the first round is 8 and for the second round is 9.
No, ratio also includes time.
So that 1 second.
It is not only 1 to 2 or 1, 1, 2, also how much, whether 2, 4, whatever it is. Whatever you start, maintain there. It lasts.
So
If it is not shooting, suppose, not shooting, you have tried for 6, 7 days, then you come down. But select the total procedure, which uniformity this should be there from first round to the last round.
when I practice the pranayama, my mind is focused on the mind or the inside or the breeze around the organs. What I will focus on?
Where should she focus during pranayama, mentally speaking?
See, wherever you want to focus, but be centered. Then don't move. Generally, mind will take you to many places. But select anything, whether it is breath, whether it is navel, whether it is process of breathing, but be centered. Try to be centered.
If I focus on something, I think that my mind is keep the silence in the university. But I keep the mind is in that, or they come back and focus on the listen or the little voice behind me.
When you're practicing, you have other thoughts, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what he's saying is that even if that comes up, you see, you picture focus, let's say it's the breath or the navel, and you stay with it. Other thoughts will come, but stay with it. Stay with it. Be centered. That's our word.
What is the point of centering is no question. Question is that you be on the point.
Yes, Jess?
Well, yeah. So many people, not in this room necessarily, but we encounter in the world have problems in their mind, like with anxiety, with all sorts of things. People hear that they should meditate. What can we do to encourage more people to start with pranayama? What's your view? Or they only want to do asana? People, it's my experience teaching, people don't come to pranayama or they don't practice. What do you think we could do to encourage more?
See, the thing is, you have to know what type of anxiety they have. What is the reason? Whether expectations are high and not fulfilled, sometimes people become very depressed. So there can be many sides of the same thing. Asana also. Then way how do you perform asana also. Then certain pranayama, shavasana. Many people shavasana suits, but many people get more anxious in shavasana. Then you must go through the pulse. What is, whether the disturbance is because of pitta, then the shitali is the best. If it is from vata, surya vedana is the best. Like that you have to decide. But can be tackled, nothing means it is not, you can give both few asanas, few pranayama. By just having a conversation and finding out what is the root.
So you're saying that maybe a combined approach.
Yeah, that is what I said.
We do this a lot. So yoga. Okay, Bronya,
I kind of along the lines of Nadia's question, if you are always consistent with the time of the inhale and the exhale, but then there's sometimes, let's say, if you're not feeling well, you're tired, or you're traveling, let's say you're pregnant maybe, and you can't, and then it's harder. Is it okay to come down for a few days, then you feel better, you can go up again, or it's better not to practice at all?
No, again that is, it depends. But see, maybe interval is needed. Maybe shavasana is needed.
Okay.
Because first one must try shavasana in the correct way. Because it done properly, mental sloth and fatigue, physical fatigue, both it really takes. So it depends, and also depends upon your value of time, how much you want to do. But to me, I always suggest try Shavasana first. But suppose you can't do, don't feel guilty. Don't develop a dependence.
So you can come down in the number rather than just not.
I also have a follow-up question to Nadia. In, let's say, in Bastrika,
Yeah.
for me, it's easy to have a longer count inhale and I can keep it. But then in Surya Vedana or in Nadi Shodhana, I have a lower count. Should it always be the same count in all pranayamas?
No, that can be different.
Okay, thank you.
Why after Bastrika do you always do Shitali? And if you do Shitali, how many should you do? Should it always be the same number as you do at Bastrika rounds?
She, why do we she?
Why yeah, and why the same number?
She, Bhastrika and Suryavedan. Shitali, there is a possibility that some people may increase the heat, which is not good for nerves. So as a precaution, always we say Bhastrika and Suryavedan should be followed by Shitali.
Yes, no.
So like you said that for Pitta, if it's aggravated to Shitali, if Vata is aggravated to Surya Veda, for Kapha, what would you suggest if that's,
For Kapha,
yeah?
Kapal Bhatir Vikhyata Kapdosh Vishoshan. Best.
So no pranayama?
And Kriyas, Kriyas also. Bhastrika is very good for
For Kapha.
also. Because Kapalbhati is included, no?
What if people are the person who you recommend is who doesn't do Pasvika? The Pasvika comes a little bit later. So amongst the more general ones that we do, is there any that would help balance Kapha?
See, the Kriyas, the best.
For Kapha.
Nothing to,
So no pranayama is,
for curing the Kapha.
okay.
Yeah, nothing to beat Kriyas.
Right.
When a student is ripe and and they're experiencing the effect of pranayama, the sort of the spiritual effect that's meant to happen, does that occur actually during the process of the practice of pranayama, or would it happen in the sort of process of sitting immediately after finishing? Does that make sense?
Understand?
I mean,
If so a student has developed in practice and they're very steady, the baseline is strong, getting towards the point we talk about, then he's asking, well, would this shift transformation occur in the middle of practice, or would it come after when one is sitting and waiting?
it depends. When it is ready to come. It may come even in asana.
Yeah, he used the word ripe, so he used the word ripe, which I think could explain it, fruit, ripe. It will fall when it falls. What?
When is it ready?
Yeah,
Time. When, the question is when the impurities are removed. And they say the Kundalini and Sushumna, they are covered by their mucus. It is removed, prana, pressure of prana is everywhere. Automatically it touches. And as soon as it touches, Kundalini gets awakened. Hope for the rest.
Could you just talk a bit more about the mucus that you just said there? I didn't get that.
We'd like you to talk a little bit more about what you just quoted, that the mucus covering Sushumna when it gets removed. So if you could talk a bit more about that actual mucus that covers Sushumna.
No, it is, see, I'm talking what texts are telling. All texts say this thing, that the Kundalini is dormant as if it is sleeping. The pressure, the mouth of Sushumna is covered by the mucus, that is why the prana cannot touch it. It goes and comes back, goes and comes back. But as soon as the mucus is removed, the prana touches it. And as soon as it touches it, it becomes straight. You start feeling the movement in the spine. And a different state of consciousness here there. That is what they have said.
Within that different state of consciousness, is it a non-dual state of consciousness?
No, different state of consciousness starts after that. Before that you know in what state we are. But real journey of inner space starts.
So he's asking, within the inner space, is that an experience of non-duality at any point?
No, non-duality on the means on the level of even knowledge you can experience. But really speaking, there is nothing. Neither duality is there, nor non-duality is there. That is what they say. See, if you want to give an example, it is just like you put salt in the water. It becomes with the water. No individuality is there then. Everyone is you. You start understanding what is the reality. The reality which appears is in the outer space. The reality as it is in the inner space. Don't become serious.
Can I ask, in the inner space exploration that you've done, was there a point where you personally found me, or I guess you, where you were like, hello?
When you
ये कभी महसूस हुआ आपको कि ये हम मिल गए हैं अंदर से जब आपने अभ्यास किया?
Maybe, may not be. But even that we can feel, no? After practice, whatever, one thing I can tell you. Can you tell how is the sweet? You cannot describe the experience of sweetness. You may give example, oh, it is like chocolate you eat when you feel, no. But what is sweet, you cannot describe. So that they say it is just like indescribable. It is only part of your experience. You become one with that experience. How can you describe? Yes, what happens? A transformation happens in your behavior. And that they have said, or at behavior level what happens is anger. Many desires, they are not there. Few selected desires. The ego also goes down. Greed also goes down. And they say, if a learned person has these four things, and a normal person also has these four things, there is no difference. Both are the same. At behavioral level, you should become the master of these four things. That you use them, they don't use you. They say calm, desires, you must know the limit. Krodh, anger. Mad, ego. Lobh means greed. These are four things, if they are present in a saint and in the common man, then they are both equal. So, whatever transformation is taking place in you, outside that is only one thing, by behavior you can know. How he behaves. Whether there is a change in the total personality. And they say there is an integration. After experiencing that, start understanding. A real understanding starts coming up. That is only what they have said in the text.
Yes, Tawariji, I have a question about the soma. That is, when you were talking about khichdi earlier, you access it through by
Pituitary, secretion from pituitary.
Yeah. So if it's, why do you need to access it with the tongue? If it's already in your body, where does it
But
go?
no,
Yeah.
their concept is it oozes. So when it oozes on the tongue,
So it's on. It must be.
Yeah, we can take a couple of minute break and then get into the mantra or chanting, recitation.